Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just wanted to get into a video today. And I did a video previously called like "You Are the Waste," but I feel like this is like kind of, piggybacking off that and the fact that like that collateral damage is okay with these people. Like, they don't care about getting it right 100%. They are relying on an oversimplified argument. So let me just get into it. So I was watching Face the Nation today, and hopefully at some point of editing, I'll be able to show you the clip that I was actually watching. But in essence, it was like the person like basically leading defensive policy for the White House, and they were talking about this recent deporting of all these alleged Venezuelan gang members. And this is just from all the national reports. I mean, never mind that, when they deport people, they usually get it about 10 to 15% wrong. You know what I'm saying? They're usually like innocent people, citizens, permanent green card holders that are there, that they sweep up into it. And that's just like with normal processing. That isn't with this ridiculous expedited processing. So let me just get into the situation. So basically the president has basically enacted this wartime act that allows us to deport people without any process. This has only been enacted actually in times of war, and that's actually what the mandate is. You have to be at war with a country in order to do this. But oh, lo and behold, we're actually not at war with Venezuela. But this motherfucker was actually saying that, like, he's alleging that the president of Venezuela is purposely letting out these gang members and are filtering them up to America to cause terror. And so he's therefore calling this terrorism, state-sponsored terrorism from Venezuela, and then using that to enact this wartime act. Right? And the only other times we did it really were the worst times in history, where we were like basically imprisoning Japanese people just because they were Japanese. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is primarily only a racist law. It's always come back to bite us. But of course, he's using this racist ass law to get these people out. That's just a little bit of history of it. You can research a little bit more of it. So I'm sure, hopefully, you've heard that, like, they enacted this law and like gathered up like 138 people on this law and like put them on a plane really quickly to get them out the country and deport them, but deported them to not Venezuela, but deported them to El Salvador, and to like, it's basically like Guantanamo, times two. It's like an illegal one in El Salvador for these people. So there was a court order that stopped this, right? In the middle of them being deported, a court order said, even if the planes are in the air, turn them around. But they defied this court order, right? And are claiming all these technicalities like, oh, well, we were technically already in the air. The flights had already done, even though there are all the timestamps that show when these flights went off, when they were in the air, that they clearly violated this court order. And now they're like, oh, well, what are you going to do about it? That's in essence what's happening. So getting to this report on Face the Nation, where the guy was just like, Margaret, the moderator, was like, okay, well, we found out that through the El Salvadorian government, not even the United States government, but through El Salvador, that of these 138 prisoners, they had to refuse 2 of them. And why? They refused 1 because 1 was not even Venezuelan. And then 2, the other one, because it was a woman and they're ineligible to be at this facility. So she was asking like whether like they had a problem with that like this was clearly done so sloppily by the United States government that they didn't even check to see if they had a fucking woman amongst them. They didn't even check to see. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even care that somebody wasn't even Venezuelan. Right? So it just speaks to the kind of sloppiness that these motherfuckers are doing, right? And it actually speaks to why the court injunction was held, because you need due process so that these errors don't happen, right? You don't want to sweep up a woman and someone that's not even a fucking Venezuelan person. And then a lot of the people are like, they're not gang members. Like, there are people that, of course, had to find out because their loved one didn't go home. The United States didn't tell them that these people were deported and everything. So they had to kind of like find out, that their person was swept up. And some of these people are like not gang members. Like, one of them was a gay hairstylist. Another one was like, like a student or something. Like these were like real life people that were not gang members at all. Their only guilty thing was being potentially Venezuelan or having a tattoo, a face tattoo. And mind you, some face tattoos they were using, some of them were actually victims of this game and were forcibly given these face tattoos because they were abducted. So the reporter, the moderator, literally asked this man, like, are you okay with this? And he basically said yes. That, oh, I can't speak about these errors. Oh, you're just like cherry picking. Oh, you're like, excuse me, cherry picking 2 out of 100 and so is not like a small amount. That's a pretty big error. And knowing that most errors, even with processing, is really to 10 to 15%. And what it's really asking us is like, is this okay with us? Is this okay with us? That like we are really sweeping up innocent ass people and shipping them off to a hive essentially, like what the fuck? But what I want us to understand is like the Republicans are saying it's okay. Okay, the Republicans say this is okay, and it's with every issue, and they're asking you to oversimplify it and just fuck over the innocent people. So, and ride with me. This is for every issue. For this immigration, is it okay that hey, we people are being swept away innocently, even though you have an idea of trying to? Of course, we want to stop illegal immigration. Illegal immigration is bad, but is it worth actually disenfranchising and criminalizing people that are innocent as a result? Right? Let's fast forward this to everything. Oh, they say, oh, we're against voter fraud, right? We want to stop voter fraud, but voter fraud happens maybe 0.5% of the time, right? But what are they willing to do to stop voter fraud? They're willing to disenfranchise 5% of all voters. So innocent people are going to be taken off the rolls for them trying to stop 0.5%. So is it worth stopping 0.5% to actually cause a greater problem of that? Like, for abortion, you know what I'm saying? Like they want to stop abortion. Oh, you just want to stop murdering innocent lives. But like you're willing to kill women. You're willing to actually like have mothers die as a result of this or not able to have children ever again because you want to stop this proportion of abortions that you feel is wrong. Like, is that worth it? Like you want to stop crime, right? It's all good to stop crime, but like, are we actually going to like have a justice system that detains more people of color, that has longer sentences for people of color, that has them resulting in death a lot more times? But oh, you're against stopping crime. So any effort, any criticism that we have of these efforts to try and stop these issues, even if these efforts actually cause more harm, we're not allowed to even talk about, right? And if you do, then you're somehow anti that. You know what I'm saying? And this is like the fucking trick that they get you on everything. Well, don't you believe in being American? Don't you believe in stopping crime? Don't you believe in all this? But yes, I am. But like, with fucking precision. It's like with this Doe shit. You know what I'm saying? What they're saying is like, hey, don't you believe in government efficiency? Don't you believe in stopping government waste? Yeah, but like not with fucking chopping half the staff of people. Like I believe in the efficiency, but I don't believe in fucking having innocent people get swept up in it because you are in such a fucking rush, right? You're in such a rush to cut that like you're cutting nuclear engineers, right? You're cutting things for colleges. You know what I'm saying? You're cutting like shit that is necessary that you're having to go back on. Just like with these immigration people, you're getting people out the country so fast that you're fucking getting innocent people out the country. And it's just like, yo, maybe we'll ride with you on some of these things, but not in the way that you're doing it. And we're not even allowed to have criticism in that space. These Republican MAGA people are basically saying, well, if you have any criticism at all, with all the horrible collateral damage, then you are anti as well. And that's the fucked up part. And we have to change the narrative on that. Like you're saying you can't criticize, even though these things are fucking happening. And I think we just have to change the narrative in all this. Yes, we are for, lowering crime, but no, I'm not for disenfranchising a whole group of people. I'm not for killing women in our efforts to save babies. You know what I'm saying? I'm not our effort for wasting more money in our effort to save money. I'm not our, you know what I'm saying? This is fucking crazy. Until next time.